Kia ora, kia ora, kia ora. Leo, this is your reading for this new moon in Cancer, which is happening as we speak, really. So let's just see what the cards have or what the story is today. Let us see. It's quite sunny. It's beautiful. I feel sort of like I'm caved up in here today, but I should be out there running around in the sun, but I've already done that. So let's see. Oh, well, it looks like freeing up of sorts, Leo. Do check out your Sun, Venus, Jupiter, and Moon, and also your Sun, your Ascendant. And remember, these are very general, intuitive tarot readings. So take what works and leave what doesn't, Leo. Let's see. Right. So there's a freeing up. What was I saying? It appears that way for you today, Leo. We'll go through and clarify as we always do if you haven't joined me before. A freeing up, a level of detachment actually has allowed you to do this. Now I'm speaking of emotional detachment here, which at times in our lives is quite necessary. We get the Eight of Cups. You know, the eights are all about the mind, and sometimes making a rational. We're making a sort of rational decision here, based on what is good for us at this time. We then have the Fool, as I say, fresh beginnings, newness. You may well have moved back to somewhere that you have more of a social network or support network. We may have decided that to seek out that which is more beneficial for you, you know, in terms of the people that you choose to surround yourself with, Leo. We've got the Three of Cups here. It is called abundance because it is about spending time with those people that you care about, celebrating life, celebrating each other, all of that good stuff. We then find, just towards the end here, we get the Emperor coming up, a very strong card here, a very strong card that we think, well, you know, we think, yes, the Emperor, it's about structure, it's about discipline, rules, which are all necessary. We like balance. We always seek balance, really, whether we're conscious of that or not. Oh, that's a sweeping statement, isn't it? I say that because we have that Emperor here with the Seven of Wands, which is actually about standing up for your integrity, principles. We want to make sure we're on even ground. So maybe, you know, that kind of scenario where maybe other people aren't happy with your decision. I mean, this is it does sound quite specific, doesn't it? But this decision to sort of break free a little bit of whatever was limiting you. And it may not have been what was an external thing limiting you. Do you know what I mean? It could have been, yeah. So anyway, we'll go through, we'll clarify. Leo, we'll clarify here. Let's look at the Eight of Cups. What is this for, Leo, please? Yeah, it's certainly a decision. Now the Two, so we see the Two of Discs. It is about making decisions it's not crucially time-wise, in terms of timing. There's no pressure to do that because we can kind of keep a balance going for a while. But it is about making decisions in an environment where there's a lot of movement, a lot of possible chaos of sorts. This is very much expanding and contracting. This sort of constant movement between those two things. And so we see the figure 8 in this card, and the person, we're kind of, we're really in a kind of flow here. But there is a decision that was made, and maybe it's based on what I was saying before, a sort of need for more support, more a social network that supports you and what you are wanting to achieve and wanting to do, Leo. But let's look at the Fool here. So in this, we see, this level of having to somehow justify something here in terms of the decisions that you have made. Somehow, whether that's just you feeling that you do, or whether it's coming from others that, we're looking at the Fool here. Something presented itself to you. We've got the Page of Cups. This is a emotional offering. So 2 pages here. Messages here. The Page of Cups, yes, it's small, but it is an offering. Let me just get one more for this page, please. Something flipped out there. Some lesson of sorts. Lovely, Leo. We get the wonderful 10. I say wonderful because there's a lesson here. The lesson is we can't take any more. We've gone through the whole suit of the mind. And we have an epiphany. We have an aha moment in this 10 of Swords. Something, for some Leos out there, there's been a lot of, I would imagine, a lot of mental a lot of torment. Now, we as humans live with that. We deal with it in whatever way we can. We try and work with it, diffuse it when it becomes slightly crippling. I do see that in here, that you've had to. Look, you can't exist as a lone entity. Do you know what I mean? We all need other people. We are wired for that. We all need other people, right? So, interestingly, 3 of Cups, this beautiful card of celebration. It's so amazing. It's just a beautiful card. Beautiful. It's giving you more opportunities as well. Another 2, another decision here, but this time round we've got the 2 of Wands. This is a wonderfully strong card. It suggests that somehow this new sociability or new support network has encouraged you to have a bit more faith in yourself, Leo. Has encouraged you to see the potentiality of what is within you and what your resources hold for you. in terms of that. This is a card of knowing your domain, your dominion, what is your authority, and no one else's. But there's something about other people that have encouraged this or allowed you, your choice to connect with others has allowed you this. So it's really quite delightful. And what's this? Emperor and the Seven of Wands, please. Excuse me. Emperor and the Seven of Wands. We get, excuse me, the Four of Swords. You know, sometimes we understand that, or we have that penny drop, and maybe that is an epiphany in itself, you know. Often it is. That sometimes we push up against what we see as being very external structures that are limiting us, but in fact it's not actually about anything external. It's that we can do that to ourselves. I think we are the limitation. This is the limitation. I think something's occurred here, and it has required you to take a bit of time out. But you've realised this. To me, it's sort of a story that has its feet in quite a few different time zones, is what it feels like to me. It's as if, you know, this Emperor, Seven of Wands, Four of Swords was a kind of behaviour, and that this was a decision, right? This was a understanding what you needed to do here, an understanding, and that this was the key. The key actually was to have support from others, which sounds very simple, doesn't it? But maybe it was a case of accepting support from others, Leo. It's quite interesting reading. Now just pop those there. Oh, let's see, Leo. Get a Brian Froud. We got Sage Wisdom. Sage Wisdom. We get the Oak Man. Now, we all know trees communicate, you know. For those of you out there who are plant people, we all know that trees communicate with each other through the earth there, you know. The Oak Man is a card of sage wisdom that's been around for a very long time, and the connections that we do have, not only that trees have, but that people have too. And that is so necessary to keep us buoyant and to keep us on our track, you know. We then have Arval Parrot. This is sign language. It's sort of like, you know, maybe you've felt like things have sort of naturally been signposted along the way for you in recent times. That it's almost been a get the thing in involuntary movement. It's somewhere within here. Yeah, we make choices, Leo, but that somehow it was sort of that you fell into it, or you I don't know why I get that, falling into something, falling into it, into making specific particular decision, understanding what that was that you needed, which was about group. I find this interesting. Arval Parrot is sign language. It's speaking from, it indicates a really good connection between the heart and the mind. And so being able to communicate really clearly. And it's sort of like communication through semaphore and sign language. It's quite interesting. Anyway, let's get a little crystal card for you, Leo. Let's get a little crystal card. Crystal, rock, and mineral. And element, actually. They come, the 4 directions, the 4 elements are in here. Can we get a little card for Leo, please? See if we can get one to jump. For Leo, please. Here's one. Wow. Wow. Yeah, and there is something really quite earthy about this reading. Can you guess it? Yeah, we did get earth. And so abundance, fertility, harvesting, and logic. I mean, it's kind of like, you know, when you think about a plant, when you think about a tree, a plant, whatever, you know, it's like an equation. Sunlight, usually, water, nutrients in the soil, or just general nutrients. And then, voila, osmosis, we have growth. It is involuntary. It's automatic, isn't it? The plant doesn't decide. It's just a natural, it's written in the genome. So we have earth for you, lovely Leo. What other card can we get? Art Oracle. These are quite fun, pretty egocentric. Ego. No, what am I talking about? Egocentric. Sorry. Eurocentric. Oh, that was a Freudian slip, wasn't it? Who do we get? Wow, I love this. Sonia Delaunay. Love to work. Don't live to 94 without. This is life work inspiration. Life work inspiration. Don't live to 94 without founding an art movement. The practical should also be art. Does your geometry lack poetry? Well, that's Sonia Delaunay. Beautiful shapes. Great design. On that note today, Leo, for this new moon in Cancer, thanks for joining me. I hope you got something out of this reading today. And, yeah, thanks for joining. Do check out your other placements if you know them. And have a wonderful, wonderful new moon. And I'm sure you'll be planting lots of seeds. Thanks, Leo. Ka kite, bye.